Does anyone remember the episode of SpongeBob called Sandy's Rocket? It was honestly one of my favorite SpongeBob episodes as a kid. It was one of the earlier episodes of SpongeBob. I never really watched SpongeBob when the episode first aired. Around season 3's ending was when I started watching it. I'm so glad I didn't watch the episode when it first aired. After what I saw, I remember looking at the SpongeBob episode list on Wikipedia once when I was 13 or whatever. However, something confusing was that Sandy's Rocket was replaced with SpongeBob's Bad Day. I got confused when I saw that. Why wasn't it Sandy's Rocket? I emailed Nick to tell me what SpongeBob's Bad Day was, but they just replied, "Please, don't mention that awful episode." Recently, I decided to look up the episode. I needed answers about SpongeBob's Bad Day, and I found a product on Amazon that would scar me for life. The product was from an anonymous user, and it was titled SpongeBob Lost Episode, SpongeBob's Bad Day. It cost $5. There was only one copy of it. I got very happy. I could finally get answers about the episode. But if I knew what I would see, I would just destroy the tape the second I got it. I bought the item quickly. I couldn't wait to see the episode. The tape spelled out Sponge Bad Day on the cover. I got confused on why it said something like that, but I ignored it. I quickly put the episode in my old VCR I never use anymore and played the tape. For some reason, it took 5 minutes to get it working. I'm guessing because of the tape being very old. After I took it out and put it back in a bit, it finally began. The theme song played normal, but I swear I heard whispers near the end of it. It kinda sounded like they said things like, "You can't survive like this." I shrugged it off as if it was my imagination. After the intro, something came on the screen. It was a text that said, "Forbidden tape. This tape is forbidden and cannot be shown to anyone. If this tape is in your hands, please discard the tape and destroy it instantly." I got a feeling of dread as soon as I read the message. I tried to listen to them. I tried to eject the tape, but at the same time, I couldn't. The episode began with SpongeBob walking down the street, emotionlessly. He was slowly heading towards Sandy's Tree Dome. He opened the door to Sandy's Tree Dome. Oh my God, I saw an image on the screen. A haunting, terrible image. It was Sandy on the ground. She was ripped open. Her insides were torn around her body. Her eyes were ripped out. And to make it worse, she was smiling. SpongeBob screamed at the top of his lungs, and after a couple seconds, it cut to something else. It was a picture of SpongeBob. He was crying. Blood was surrounding him, and there were intestines everywhere. The scene went on for 3 minutes. I was fighting to turn it off. I was pushing the button over and over, but it wouldn't turn off. Then SpongeBob stopped crying and got up. He said something I will never forget. "Well, whoever is watching this tape, you saw this for a reason." SpongeBob then picked up a gun and shot himself in the brain. Blood and brain matter splattered all over the room. It looked so real. I can't describe it. It showed SpongeBob's lifeless corpse for 15 seconds. Just the fire stared spreading around the room. After 10 seconds of it spreading, it showed SpongeBob's house. It was on fire. Patrick's Rock and Squidward's house were both just rotting and decaying. It then cut to black, and after a few seconds, I heard SpongeBob's voice saying, "I will find you and hunt you down," but it was disoriented and low-pitched. The tape finally ended, and ejected itself. I threw the tape out after I watched it. I couldn't sleep for weeks after watching it. I had nightmares of the sponge's corpse being on the floor,